Hey folks, how's it going? RedMaster here, and welcome back to another episode of Cards and Castles Known Combos, where today we are jumping into a deck archetype, per se, that I think a lot of people have wanted me to cover on the channel over the years since its inception. I've held off on it because I haven't been the biggest fan of this archetype. I feel like I don't really fit its play style too well, but for the sake of, putting it out there into the world, because of course we're not going to get many opportunities to do so in the future, we are going to, of course, do a proper showcase of this archetype. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and proceed to traps. Alright, folks, and here is our list for Trap.dek. Now, to be honest, I'm not 100% confident in what I am doing with traps. I'm just going to say it outright right now. Originally, I went to blue and purple, but after some additional field testing, I found that, honestly, the colors are like, maybe I need some fine-tuning on the numbers, but I just wasn't confident with the deck. And I moved over to yellow-purple, which someone recommended to me to try out for a trap deck. Spent some time making a deck and came to something like this. Now, honestly, again, I still think it needs some fine-tuning, but I think I'm comfortable showing it off in its current state, because it has some neat little things here that I think are worth showing off. And yeah, we're gonna break it down, of course. Starting off with the focus of this whole deck, that being the Mystic Dojo and the Trap Synergy. Now, normally with trap decks, I think most players would like to have at least 3 dojos in a deck, because obviously the dream scenario is triple dojo on the field, which would lead your traps like Secret Dragon, Verdict, and Deflecting Shield to all draw you 3 cards for the cost of absolutely no gold. But I found that with this deck, per se, I wanted some room for some additional additional like backup plans and win cons. So I kind of cut down the dojo to only 2 of in the deck, just so we can fit more stuff to help us actually win the game in. Because while traps are good, unfortunately, they're very easily avoidable by the opponent. If your opponent just simply doesn't attack you and doesn't activate the traps, they're kind of just sitting there waiting to be popped, and ultimately your opponent will never do so. They'll just kind of force you to do the attacking, which it's not very great here. So let's go ahead and just try to explain some choices in the deck because of that. Because we are on 2 Mystic Dojo, the trap lineup is sort of cut down to what it might be in a usual trap deck. We're running 3 Deflecting Shield, 3 Secret Dragon, and 2 Verdict. And even if, the Verdict itself is, that may be too expensive for you, I recommend Aiajutsu as sort of a side in case you don't have this trap in your deck, or in your collection, But these are, of course, I think probably some of the best traps that these color combinations have to offer. Additionally, outside of this, I know blue had Might of the Minotaur and Avalanche, which was what I was also experimenting with. Those are, again, 2 phenomenal traps as well. But honestly, if you have, Secret Dragon is probably the most important trap to have in a trap deck. It transforms into a unit into a Drake with a +2/+2 additional stat line, which we all know in this game, globals are everything. And of course, a free little +2/+2 off of a trap is phenomenal stuff. And transforms too, so you could be creating a bigger body off of a smaller one. So i.e., rushing a books down and getting a big Secret Dragon out of it in the process. It can be very valuable and can pretty much actually nearly swing games if that is the case here. But again, we are limiting the trap lineup, so that way we do have to accommodate the dojo as well. As for the win con of the deck, however, we want to effectively pop Multi-Strike on our board here. And Multi-Strike is, I think, probably one of the more interesting ninja win cons in the faction. It's very important because this is how you're going to be closing out most games with trap deck. You want to have big unit established on field from either the Secret Dragon, or if you get later into the game, something like maybe a bigger trapdoor ninja, a bigger frog prince, whatever the case may be. You can multi-strike to easily just clean up the game. Simple as that. And it's a nice way so that way you're not completely reliant on your traps to win you the game, which I think is something that trap decks need to do more often. Because often if your opponent can just simply outplay and not play into the traps, then you don't really have any use for them. So we are throwing that multi-strike as our secondary win con, as well as just a lot of good stuff from the faction in general. Like I mentioned, Frog Prince. The 6/7 Resolve body is very important because, of course, that's going to stick around and force your opponent to interact with it more than I think they want to. Other things, that are just generically good. Globals are in here. A lot of earlier bodies, maybe more so than what I would normally do in decks, because we want to establish field presence early, so that way we want to push in and get traps down and activated in our opponent's base. You want them, again, to be interacting with you rather than you interacting with them, if that kind of makes sense. So things like Lumberjack, Drake, Priest, and Rider are all helping us accomplish that. But let's go ahead and do more of a card by card here. Obviously just mentioned him, but Lumberjack. We do have Lunging Attack as well in the deck. Honestly, probably one of the most underrated ninja cards out there. The movement plus first strike combination is incredible for cards like Mordok and Kraxus. But even so, just pairing it off with something big in your deck, like a Frog Prince, or anything else that can, reach a crucial target that's just slightly out of reach there, Lunging Attack helps you take care of that. So I always like to throw in 2 of if and where I can. But of course, continue on the list. Salahar, Rider, Drake, Priest, all early bodies here to pair off with the Lumberjack. Dojo, your trap draw engine, very important for trap strategies. 2 Blacksmith, 2 Armory, cover our globals. Mentioned this Deflecting Shield already as a trap. Books for additional draw. Knight of Flowers, probably one of the better bodies to pair off with trap decks. It can awaken, gain the +2/+2, and be harder to remove, and thereby force your opponent to interact via, combat to activate said traps. So Knight of Flowers, of course, useful for that. Dragon Verdict, again, part of the trap lineup here. Satan of the Hands of the Saint. Bleh. The healing spell of our deck. I don't want to commit to Arbiter because I feel like that is too expensive for us at the moment here. So we're running the 2 Hands of the Saint. Plus, it'd also be funny to heal up something big like a Frog Prince in our deck, or maybe a big Drake. So that way we can just keep forcing it on our opponent here and hopefully just end the game via that means. Multi-strike, our secondary win con. Tarius as an additional draw engine. Plus, if need be, he can interact with opposing units in a more indirect way than our melee units. So that way we're not, at risk of just wasting our traps. Trapdoor Ninja. I can maybe cut this down to 2, to be honest. But honestly, another solid body to pair off with the trap strategy. And then lining out our lineup here. Frog Prince, Kraxus, and Mordok. All to provide some late game beef, which, could be needed if your games go longer. Kraxus is also helping you additionally draw cards. A lot of the deck, as you can probably notice, is just focused on cycling and going through your resources here to find, either the traps necessary to create your big threat or your multi-strike to end off the game quickly. So, with that being said, I think that just about covers the deck. So let's go ahead and get into our games. All right, folks, and on to game number 1 with not a bad opening, actually. A lot of good things. Ooh, even more good things happening. This should be good for us. We've got Books, we've got Priest, we've got Drake. Ideally, we're going to go into Drake here so that we can get more value off of our Priest. Maybe even going into Books and Knight of Flowers in the next turn here. But this is good. This is certainly... Oh, no. Oh, and that's so good too. I think I'm going to go with Knight here because we can get a turn 2 Dojo Priest combo. And that should be good here. Just start generating us lots of value. Lots of nice value, baby. Assassin. Okay, actually a bit of a problem. You know what we can do? We can do... we can be aggressive here because we are going to end up doing something like this. So Priest comes out, does his stuff, hoping that maybe we lose like the Priest. Drake. That's fine. Our biggest boy is unaffected, which is fantastic. But now we can essentially start throwing down some traps and get our draw cycle going to a very strong place here. Badger, gonna do some things. That's still actually not enough to kill. He's off by 1. And yeah, he recognizes it there, which is not super ideal for him. We can do, I believe, for turn, we can do this here. Be a bit aggressive here because we are going to end up coining into the trap. I do want to bop the Badger as well here because it is weaker in its form. I don't want to give him the chance to awaken it. Just so we can, of course, bop it bought my knight down. And he's probably going to go after the priest anyway with this trap on the board, which, yeah, okay. He's just going to surrender right there because, I mean, that's just too quick for his deck to handle, which is great, but doesn't really show off how powerful traps can be. I mean, that was just a great opener from us, but we still have more games to get to. All right, folks, and jumping into our next matchup now, and honestly, not looking too good. We are going to, of course, quickly... Ooh, much better. I like this hand a lot better. Lumberjack, Rider, Drake, all great things. Gonna open up the Lumberjack here because we do want to, again, keep our deck cycling as much as we possibly can. We'll hopefully draw into, I guess, any sort of interaction for stuff here, or just stuff. We'll go ahead and do this trade. I guess we'll get our Drake down because Drake survives an interaction with Manfish here. So that's probably good for us. We'll take it. Okay, Maddie yielding. Ooh, the worst option for him. It's a bit unfortunate there, Chief. My heart goes out to you. Let's go pop books, see where this gets us. Because, again, we do want some more draw here. I'm worried if I get a Knight of Flowers down because he is running the Druid side of things. We could run into, what's it called? Companions, Druids, all that fun stuff. Okay. Again, a bit of an awkward spot for us, but we're going to make the best that we can. Let's see if I can force him to bring out a, companion here. Let's move this back. Let's move this here as well. Get a little interesting here. Oh, it's Andrew. It's a last will deck. Oh. So we're giving him a bit more unnecessary value here. Neat. I don't think it's a big deal. You're a turn or so away from making it more worthwhile. Let's throw this. Let's throw this up. Let's get this. Leave that there. He could companion open the way here for a strike on face, but again, I don't think that really accomplishes too much for him in the long run. We do have things like Craxus, or next turn we can coin Frog Prince to really bop this Andrew away, which I think is what I want to do. He may go on the defense, may run away here. Okay, yeah, kind of running away here with the Grundle. Bestial Rage as well, which, I'm gonna be honest, Chief, doesn't really help you too much. It's a little weird for us. I guess we'll get some more bodies out on the board here. I'm going with Trapdoor Ninja over the Frog Prince because we have the opportunity to maybe lunging a Frog Prince into him, which could be a bit more impactful. I think that's the way I want to take this, at least. If he values the Andrew still, he's going to want to fall back a bit here, but we'll see what he goes for. I'm also trying to push my books to just be a bit more of an ass. Okay, taking out the books, going for lumber, so he did want that. Interesting that he made that specific call. He has to have something big then, no? Call. Setting up in the next turns for something. Okay, and the Bestial Rage. Okay, so we can do that. Alrighty. A bit annoying, but you know what? We are not out of the game just yet because of that. Let's go ahead and... Actually, how do I want to take this? I think I do just bop that, right? I think I just frog prince here, actually. Yeah, I think we just frog prince. We frog prince pass. Because we know he's got rangers, which he's going to start shoving down our throat here. Yep. Or at least there's one of two. And that's not necessarily great for us to see. That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird indeed. Hmm. Our hand just looks a little awkward. I think we're going to bop here. We're going to throw Craxus out. We'll see what kind of response this tempts out from our opponent. Now you realize that I have a Craxus on board. He's going to be more aggressive. He's going to be more defensive. What's he going to do here? Ranger. All right. Does not care for my my boys here, which... All right. More power to you. Those still aren't the draws you want to see, though. Catch my drift. You know what we might do here? Let's go with that. Establish this. Let's pop priest. Let's see what kind of response this gets. We just throw out a dual wall here. I'm still trying to save this lunging attack for the best possible moment. And I'm thinking maybe we can just get some smaller bodies out. Chip down a bit. Okay. Realizes the importance of dojo. To be honest, the least important thing in my hand was said dojo. But let's make him think that something else is lurking. And this is not that bad, actually. Ooh. Very interesting pull. I think what we go for, and this is why, you know, we love Mordok lunging in the deck, because we can do fun stuff like this. And that just becomes a nuisance for him. Bop here, as well as trading with the Kraken back here. Pick up some draw. And hey, man, why not? Let's move this out of the way. Excuse me, boss man. And just boom. Bada bing, bada boom. More health, more stuff. Let's keep it going, baby. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. I mean, and while we're not getting the, again, Trap dojo really rolling, we were going to. We actually drew a trap, but we lost our dojo doing it. I think this is still fine. We survived Big Andrew, and now we've controlled most of the board here. He has got some resources in hand, though, so we'll see what he can do with that. Ranger going into the Mordok, as anticipated. Andrew, gonna get some value here out of a couple of things, which is not good for us, but we'll have to make do. Yep, Thief going down. Thief part 2. Banshee will pop that. Ooh, V-Strike. Very nice. Alright, and then where's the big boy going? Going there. Yep, okay. No worries. All good. All good. Chief Buckaroo. Let's pop into this. Let's go for it. Frog Prince, we're going to throw that out. We're going to pop Deflecting Shield, because honestly, if we start pushing some more... I probably should have pushed this more, to be honest. But hey, this still works. If he keeps the Andrew for defense, we V-Strike our Craxus out of there. No last will triggers on his side of the board. Okay, I say that, and there's Salahar Rider. Yep, Oh, do you want to scope that? That's going to be gross. Yeah, you're going to want to do that, aren't you? Alright. It's annoying, but we got to make do. We got to make do with what we got. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't have it. I thought he would. It's a shame. No big deal. Let's go for the Craxus draw. Ooh, Verdict. Ooh, another lunging. Love to see it. I think we'll just further push here a little bit. Pop this, pop all this good stuff, and pass it back to him. Again, we still have the deflecting shield trap, which is going to be pretty big. Ideally, something's getting to face here. At least that's the hope. That is the hope here. 2 traps, both of which can do very damaging things to his board, but again, has to kind of sequence things correctly here, which I'm not sure if he's going to commit to doing. Has to kind of evaluate what I might have here, things like Secret Dragon, Jutsu, various things of that degree here. But we'll see if maybe he can navigate around it. We do have Vanishing Strike as well, so he's going to play into the Deflecting Shield, which is fine. Do that. Creates the big 8/11 Frog Prince. Same as the Andrew, by the way, up there. Love to see that synergy, that coincidence, I guess. It's probably more appropriate. Mordok taking a bite. Alright, yielding the Wraith, which is not a bad pull. Although Wraith is making a trade here. He can do that. Okay, or bring out Rangers. Deflecting Shield, please trigger on. Not that, please. It's annoying. And then he's going to pass it back on that. Yeah, he is. Interesting. Oh, weird. Weird. You know what I might... is that worth it to do, though? I'm not sure if it is. I think what we might be able to do here is we'll just first strike this. Bop here. And maybe even just get a little bit of Vanish Strike action here. Completely pop the Wraith. Move Blacksmith up as well so we can start getting to the mix. I assume probably double Ranger this turn. Unless something else came into his hand. Does double Ranger actually do it? No. Well, Armory. He has to Armory, actually, yeah. Yeah, he does. He does have to do that. Interesting. We love to see it. Why are you not going to give... You know, you hate to see it. You really do. Let's go Smith so we can just get a more controlling state over the board. I think that's the play here. And then maybe get Trap Newer Ninjas down his throat. Southport. Lumberjack. Did he have another Ranger or did he play it already? Or am I just forgetting that? Don't remember. This is certainly a back and forth, though. Jeez Louise. Don't think we have lethal, though. Don't think we do. More stuff. We do like more stuff appearing, but that is also still not really what we're looking for. I guess we can do this. We can do this. We can pop. Can pop that. Can do this as well and pass it back. Force him to give our knight that +5 health here. Okay, or, yep, okay. Take out both my armories, you pain in the ass. Oh, okay, nope. You can trigger the deflecting shield on Tarius. Hello! You have another companion to ruin my day with? Friend? No? Yes? Debating? He's forced me to do a bit of cleanup here, I will admit, but I think we might still have it. If he can't body block properly, he has to commit to body blocking here. Or take out the Knight of Flowers with Door and Scope and surrender. Okay. Quite the matchup. God, that one was like 15 minutes, guys. Usually these ones don't go that long, but you know what? Trap.dek sometimes requires that extra thought. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a good place to leave it off. Honestly, you can tell by the whole thing that Trap.deks aren't my forte, nor am I a big fan of playing them, but figured it's still good, of course, to put the information out there for those of you who do want to see Trap.dek. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and close out this video. Alright, folks, and with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the content. We are going to, of course, bring this video to a close. Honestly, Trap.deks as a whole is sort of like my last point on them. Not my favorite, and that's why I've held off on doing a trap video for so long. But I figured it is probably important to do because we may not have a lot of other opportunities in the future to showcase it. So that is that. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to let me know what you thought of the deck by leaving them down in the comment section below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're new or haven't done so already. It's best that you can show your support to us here on the channel and help the channel grow. And with that being said, I think that's going to be it for me for now. So until next time, guys, stay gaming.